In today's liturgy of the Church, it's often known as Spy Tuesday. We hear in the Gospel the betrayal of Jesus. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. While at supper with his disciples, Jesus was troubled in spirit and declared, "I tell you most solemnly, one of you will betray me." The disciples looked at one another, wondering which he meant. The disciple Jesus loved was reclining next to Jesus. Simon Peter sighed to him and asked, "Who is it he means?" So leaning back on Jesus' breast, he said, "Who is it, Lord?" "It is the one," replied Jesus, "to whom I give the piece of bread that I shall dip in the dish." He dipped a piece of bread and gave it to Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot. At that instant, after Judas had taken the bread, Satan entered him. Jesus then said, "What you are going to do, do quickly." None of the others at table understood the reason he said this, since Judas had charged with a common fund. Some of them thought that Jesus was telling him, "Buy what we need for the festival," or telling him to give something to the poor. As soon as Judas had taken the piece of bread, he went out. Night had fallen. When he'd gone, Jesus said, "Now the Son of Man has been glorified, and in him God has been glorified. If God has been glorified on him, God will in turn glorify him in himself, and will glorify him very soon. My little children, I shall not be with you much longer. You will look for me, and as I told the Jews, where I am going you cannot come." Simon Peter said, "Lord, where are you going?" Jesus replied, "Where I am going you cannot follow me now. You will follow me later." Peter said to him, "Why can't I follow you now? I will lay down my life for you." "Lay down my life for me," answered Jesus. "I tell you most solemnly, before the cock crows, you'd have disowned me 3 times. The Gospel of the Lord. Judas goes out into the night. That's important because in St. John's Gospel, there's themes of light and dark all the time. And it's down to us. Which one do we want to choose? Do we want to choose the light or do we want to choose the dark? That's why Jesus is the light of the world. That's why he'll be held up on high when the sun, the light of the world, is at its highest. And mankind is asked to choose. Judas, we're told, has betrayed Jesus in Matthew's Gospel for 30 pieces of silver. We heard it last Sunday there in the Passion narrative. And that harkens back. It harkens back to another Judah. Because the name Judas actually just basically means Judah. The tribe of Judah, basically. That's all it really means. He's Judah. He's a Judean. He's a Judean. And so, that reminds us of something else. And we're reminded of a Joseph in Genesis. In Genesis there, Joseph, the love of Jacob's life. His love, he gives him his multicolored coat, we all know it, but what he's actually given him there is the first blessing, if you like. That's why all the other brothers are jealous. Because he's given him the battle honour. So he's going to say to him, basically, you're going to inherit it all. And then Jacob sends Joseph off to find with his brothers. But it tells us they saw him from afar. And that's important. Because although they're his brothers, Jonathan Sacks points out, Rabbi Sacks points out again, that they see him from afar. And that's the question we're going to ask ourselves. Where is our brother? Where is our sister? Are they far from us? Are they close to us? This time of crisis, we need to make sure that everyone is close to us. But there we know the story of Joseph there. He will be betrayed by his brothers, thrown into a well, and they're going to plan to kill him. But then Judah comes up with an idea. Judah comes up and then says, "Then Judah said to his brothers, what profit will it be if we kill our brother and conceal his blood? Come, let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hand be laid upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh. And his brothers listened to him, and the Midianite traders passed by, and they drew Joseph up, and lifted him out of the pit, and sold him to the Ishmaelites for 20 shekels of silver. They took Joseph to Egypt. Jesus now is the spiritual son of Joseph, the house of Joseph. He's the spiritual son of Joseph, and now he's going to be betrayed by another Judas, a Judas Iscariot. That is the challenge as the Gospels start to build towards the Passion narratives. We're called, in this time of crisis, to understand ourselves with our brothers and sisters, not to see them from afar, but to work to help them. Let us remember, let us pray for all those who are working in the NHS, all those who are part of our community, all those who aren't part of our community who feel isolated. If you have any problems, as I've said before, please contact us. Use the website, use my telephone numbers, or use the deacons, and call us. If we can help, we most certainly will, for none of us are far from each other. As this crisis has shown us, we are all brothers and sisters of Joseph, brothers and sisters of our Lord Jesus Christ. And so, let us pray. Let's remember particularly our Prime Minister. Let's remember those who died, are sick, those who suffer in isolation now at this moment, and those who suffer in isolation all the time. All this crisis has done is highlighted the problem for many of us. There were lots and lots beforehand who suffered as we walked past, and for our brothers and sisters are far from us. So let's ask God's forgiveness and pray for them. So ask our Blessed Lady put a mantle of protection around our homes, our parishes, our families, around the NHS, and all those who are sick at this moment. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Heavenly Father, hear our prayer this day. Grant us the resolve that we may follow your Son, even unto death, and that, as his children, we may enter into the eternal life and share in the inheritance that the passion, cross, resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ has won for us. We ask this through the same Christ, our Lord. Amen. The Lord be with you, and may Almighty God bless each and every one of you, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Let us bless the Lord. Thanks be to God.